God bless you so much for coming. We appreciate you. It's about Ghana. It's about Ghana. Let's protect our culture and our value. Let's say no today. That's right. With the flag. Nyakubo person who say any abra pada. And let Nyakubo so my area mo senebeya. You bring a good weather. Aha. Chobwe, 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 with the flag, with the flag, with the flag, with the flag, with the flag. What's in the year? What's in the year? What's in the year? What's in the year?
Chobwe, Chobwe, Chobwe. Can I see all the Ghana flags in the air? And let us sing this song together. Tale, Jewo Tale ni, against the forces of evil and the forces of darkness that have conspired in the corridors of power, be they in the executive or the judiciary, to stand against the will of the people of Ghana. That was expressly stated on the 28th of February 2024. When Parliament unanimously did the third reading and passed the Family Values Bill. The President caused his Executive Secretary at the time, and we wish him a speedy recovery, caused him to write a cease and desist letter to Parliament, claiming that there was a lawsuit against the bill, at which time there was no lawsuit. 48 hours later, Richard Delasky and Amanda Odoy go and file a frivolous suit before the Supreme Court of the land. And then they file an injunction suit as well against Parliament. But the Supreme Court, in March this year, in the ruling in Roxinda versus Attorney General, ruled that the Supreme Court cannot place an injunction on a constitutional body from carrying out its constitutional function. And that was the judgment that the Chief Justice gave when it came to the approval of ministers for President Akufo-Addo. Now that the people of Ghana have passed their bill through Parliament, she claims that she wants to place an injunction on Parliament. The transmission of the bill is a constitutional function in Article 106, 6 and 7 of the Constitution. Now the Attorney General is working in cahoots with the plaintiffs to delay the case. Our Chief Justice and the Judicial Service of Ghana have decided that instead of dispensing justice, they will engage in press encounters. In the last 3 weeks, they have issued 2 press statements and held 2 press conferences. We don't pay the Chief Justice and the Judicial Service of Ghana to issue press conferences. They are not a media house. We pay them to dispense justice and dispense justice expeditiously. At this point in time, Madam Chief Justice, you are supposed to be an enforcer of speedy judicial service. But you are not only becoming an impediment in the will of justice, you are actually a cog in the wheel of the justice delivery of our country. And we're calling on the Chief Justice to sit up and deliver judgment in the case. In her press statement yesterday and interview yesterday, she seeks to blame the Attorney General for the reason why the case is not going on. Madam Chief Justice, the reason why Parliament cannot proceed with transmitting the bill is because you have failed to issue a judgment in the injunction case, and that was completed on the 17th of July. 10 weeks ago, you have no excuse. Give us judgment today. If you don't give us judgment today, we conclude that you, Madam Chief Justice, are a proponent of LGBTQ and an attackment of the government. And for those who think that we are going too hard on the Chief Justice, it is because the Chief Justice is showing double standard in the delivery of justice. On the 29th of July this year, 3 members of Parliament asked their lawyer, Samson Ladi Ayenini, to file an injunction against Parliament's approval of tax exemption. They filed the case at 10 a.m. on the 29th of July. At 2 p.m. on the same 29th of July, the Chief Justice gave a hearing notice for the next day. The Attorney General had not filed a response, yet she filed a hearing notice. Meanwhile, she claims that she was waiting for the Attorney General before she can give us a hearing notice. The next day, the Attorney General came to court and handed over demand that we should send the plaintiff's lawyers for them to have an opportunity within 14 days to respond. The Chief Justice asked the lawyers for the plaintiff, Samson Ladi, to read the Attorney General's response there in court and argue the case, and went ahead to pronounce judgment that same day. In 24 hours, the Chief Justice gave judgment for the Attorney General and for government. She must do same for the people of Ghana. We demand same. It is our taxes that pay her salary. She either paid heed to what we are saying, or the power of the people would make it uncomfortable for her to continue to be a cog in the wheel of the delivery of justice. Because justice delayed is justice denied. We are heading to the Supreme Court and we will get justice today. Thank you very much.
To our youth, because this is about you and the future. So let's go with the youth anthem. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold and make and great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. This is a very beautiful gathering, and I want to thank all of you for making time to register your presence, because this is going to be history in the making. The world over, we are all faith-believing people, and as a Muslim, for me, there is no sermon that talks about the anger and the wrath of God like it is explicitly captured when the Quran talks about the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. And it was in that community that God's anger was manifested on earth where it is said that he turned the community upside down because of one deed. What it tells us, therefore, is that many things may provoke God, but what we are out today against is one thing that can make God actually manifest his anger by way of turning a community upside down. And for us in this country, it behoves on us to do all that we can to prevent ourselves from being visited by that wrath of God. And that is why it is important that we call on authorities that be. We know that His Excellency and the President have disappointed us already. We are counting on the Chief Justice not to make the disappointment that we feel more painful. We think that she should stop being used as a cover for the inefficiency of the President. We think he and his government have done everything to frustrate this bill from day one. And so we are not surprised about their attitude. What we are surprised about is the compliance of the Chief Justice in this endeavor to frustrate this from becoming law. We hope that our thinking is wrong, and we believe that a timetable that is put out, that will expedite action, will put our fears, to rest, and we will count on her as a faith-believing person. I know she's a Christian. I know she engages in evangelism, and I know that she reads her Bible, and she knows what her Bible, tells her about this act. And I believe that many other Christians are expecting her to do the right thing, and we call on her not to become that roadblock against this bill becoming law. Whether the Attorney General responds or not, she has what it takes to empanel the court to take a decision on the case that is before her. And we expect her to do just that. But I want to commend...
We want to thank God for today. We are here in the name of Ghana. Not any political party, not any individual. We are praying for Mother Ghana. And as members of parliament, we approve the bill on LGBTQI++++. And unfortunately, some people say they accept man to man, woman to woman. When your son or your daughter brings the same male from marriage, will you accept it? And when those people get married, some of them go out to adopt people's children. And what are they teaching those children, or what are they going to teach those children? And some people place an injunction. The case is at the Supreme Court, and we are calling on the Chief Justice. We know she has met with all those she has to meet with, and we are calling on her to pass judgment on the injunction so that we, the good people of Ghana, we will proceed with this bill. And we are calling on the President of the Republic of Ghana, and we are saying, Ghanaians, we are not for LGBTQ++. They came to tell us that one man, one wife. Today, one man, one wife. They want us to practice LGBTQ++. We are saying a big no. And we are calling on everybody to rally behind the churches. Everybody should come on board. Let's march to the Chief Justice and ask her for judgment to enable us proceed on the bill and to enable Ghanaians have freedom. We are calling because with this LGBTQ, there will be no blessings on us. We are saying that we need the blessings of God to speak up related to the which has been happening for 10 years. Similarly, we believe that the Chief Justice's response that often delays the filing of documentation by staff of the ANC is at the root of the slow pace of court hearings is equally valid, and the case of the Pro-Family Values Bill provides a classic example of how your office's delay in filing has reportedly undermined the process for timely hearing. Beyond this, you were invited in Parliament in September 2022 to make this is
it was effectively honored after a year in October 2023, when the Attorney General appeared in person to make submissions and address the Committee of Parliament. The issues we raised were taken on board and addressed. Parliament then spent another 6 months working on the second consideration stage, where over 100 amendments were filed and debated in great detail before the third hearing and the unanimous passing of the bill by Parliament on 28 February 2024. It has been a very long journey. Clearly, the bill before the Supreme Court has gotten to this stage at very great cost to the peace-loving, culturally proud and faith-sensitive people of this country. And we, the citizens, expect nothing less than that each branch of government should do their duty. Ghanaians are calling on and expect every elected or appointed officer in the judiciary system and the executive to work diligently and expeditiously in performing their duty so that no suspicions are fueled. At this point, proponents of the pro-family values bill, together with the National Coalition for Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values, Advocates for Christ Ghana, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, the Methodist Church of Ghana, the Catholic Church of Ghana, the Assemblies of God Church Ghana, the Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, Perez Chapel International, Royal House Chapel International, traditional rulers and traditionalists led by Nwogbele for here present, the Muslim Ummah in Ghana under the leadership of His Eminence, the Imam, and all other Christian ecumenical bodies and groups across the nation, petition you to act in accordance with your constitutional mandate and to 1. Take urgent steps to complete filing the documentation, if any, relating to the case you have made, so that you are not guilty in the eyes of the citizens of delaying court processes, which was the very complaint the Chief Justice made last week. Of the over 90% of Ghanaians, in fact 93%, according to the CIS 2021, who want our religious, cultural, and social norms preserved, and critically, who expect that our children will be protected from Western neo-colonialist notions, and especially LGBTQ practices that have been shown to have immense negative impact on the health and well-being of human beings. We submit this petition for your urgent action in promoting our welfare. Article 1.1 of the 1992 Constitution states, the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be executed. God bless you. God bless our whole land.